And to all them black people who went crazy for Palestine, I haven't seen a Palestinian American march yet for Carmelo Anthony. I haven't seen a Palestinian American march yet for Cyrus Carmack Belton. Where are all these groups? Where's the migrant protest on behalf of Carmelo Anthony? Where's the migrant protest on behalf of Cyrus Carmack? We fight for everybody else. They never fight for us. And that's why I'm saying here and now, multiculturalism is dead with me. It been dead with me. I never supported it, and I only fight for black people. I will never mistreat nobody else. I will never mistreat nobody from another race. But guess what? When I fight for me alone. Black first.
Asian boycotts and the things that are happening in America. This video seeks to cover the issue about multiculturalism, which means different cultures dwelling and residing side by side and functioning as a single entity. And we can take UK, we can take America as the litmus test. Has it really worked? Has it given the desired results? That is what this video seeks to provoke your consciousness, your attention to. And from the indicators of what has been happening, it seems to appear that every culture stands for themselves, not together as an entity. When it has something to do with one particular culture or one particular tribe or one particular ethnic group, everyone takes the side of their nationality, of their ethnicity, of their race, of their color. And so we are going to explore this subject matter. All credit to the various content creators. We are going to look at this video, and at the end of the day, we'll come to give our analysis. So if you are coming across my YouTube channel, please do good to hit that subscription button so that you'll be notified when we bring up new updates. Let's go in, guys.
Multiculturalism, in my opinion, will never work. Not only that, but I don't think that mixing races, mixing people who come from different parts of the world all in one society will ever work, right? When people hold different views of the world, different worldviews, when people see the world in different ways, when people hold different religious ideas in one society, all mixed up, in my opinion, it's not a good idea, and in the long run, it will not work. Let's just talk about China for a second, because Western Europeans, they love mocking China. They love mocking China. They constantly will talk about how China is run by a dictator, is run by an authoritarian government, the Chinese people are oppressed. But look at Beijing. Look at Shanghai, how beautiful those cities are. Not one city in Europe comes close to the fourth capital city of China, let alone the capital city. So Western Europeans, in my humble opinion, should humble themselves and actually look at China and see how they operate, because China is a very productive country and a very efficient country, the complete opposite to Western European countries right now today in 2026. China, the entire nation, is all moving in one direction harmoniously. It's so beautiful to see, right? No, of course, China is not a perfect country. It has its flaws like any other country in the world. But I would argue that it's one of the most productive and efficient countries in the world. And I'll explain what I mean by productive and efficient in a second. In China, you got the leaders, right? China is almost run like a company. And I know that Western Europeans are going to say, we don't want to run our countries like a company, but just hear me out for a second. China runs its country like a company. And by the way, China is almost the same size as Europe. In terms of land size, China and Europe is roughly the same size. Yet, just to put into perspective how large and big China is, but yet its productivity and efficiency is through the roof. It's amazing to see. China's leaders, these so-called dictators, have a vision for the country. right? Like I said, they run the country like a company. You got the CEOs, the guys who are leading the country. They have a vision for the country. They want to see China to become one of the most successful and wealthiest countries in the world. They want to be a beacon of light for other countries, right? So what China's leaders have done is share the China's vision with its people. They've told the people of China, this is the next 50-year plan for China. This is where we want to see China 50 years from today.
British culture is white culture. They go, no, it's not. It's multicultural now. They're cutting that off. So the white culture is completely gone. But when you mention Africa, for example, it's black culture. When you mention South America, it's Hispanic culture. We are being suppressed. Our culture is being so suppressed that we become cultureless. And when we become cultureless, we have no identity.
About that, this is the part that Middleton and people like him misunderstand about their own culture, about my culture. White British culture does not work like other cultures. It never has. Other cultures got named because these groups never controlled the systems. Culture becomes visible when power sits elsewhere. Have we forgotten that British life shaped the system in law, in the media, in the language, in religion, in national history? When your way of life sets the default, nobody calls it culture. What do they call it? They call it normality. So when people say culture in this country is gone, that Christianity is cut off, that Britain has lost its identity, they are not describing erasure. They are describing a loss of automatic centrality. We are no longer the centre of everything here. We are no longer the whole picture. And that is uncomfortable for fragile nationalists. It's not uncomfortable for me. British culture did not disappear. It stopped being the only voice in the room. Sociologist Stuart Hall explained this years ago. When the background becomes visible, people read exposure as attack. When others gain a voice, the old British voice stops sounding universal. It still speaks, it just shares the space. So when people like Ant Middleton say this never happens to other races in Africa or South America, he has it backwards. It hits hardest for groups who expect the centre. British culture has not vanished. It has just changed and is now not pretending it was.
Multiculturalism destroys a society, and people assume that multiculturalism is a good thing because what it means is that you have to respect other cultures. Well, it doesn't mean that. We should all respect other cultures. Multiculturalism says something quite different. It says that no culture is morally superior or intellectually superior to any other culture. You can't say that Western core values are better than any other. As a result, you can't uphold things like democracy, one law for all, freedom of expression, equality for women. You can't uphold any of that. And that's the way our culture actually dies.
Multiculturalism doesn't work. There's always a dominant culture. Here we are in Berlin, Germany, in the European Union, which is arguably one of the biggest multicultural experiments in all of history, alongside the United States, of course. And the question is, does it work? Does multiculturalism work? Has it ever worked? Well, the idea that millions of people can coexist and live alongside each other with different ideologies, different religions, different worldviews, it's quite ambitious, and it's a nice idea. You know, kumbaya, everyone living together, peace and love. But the reality, if we look back at history, is that it's never worked. There's always been a dominant culture.